Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. So we are currently dealing with the foundational values of civil service, and today we are in the last lecture of this unit. So in this lecture we will be dealing with two values, that is compassion and accountability. So let's start with compassion. So compassion brings into the point of not only understanding but also a desire to help alleviate the suffering of other persons. And the main point we should note here is like compassion is getting into action. See, unlike feeling sympathy on others or pity on others, we should get into compassion. Like, if you are having compassion, what happens is you put yourself into other person's shoes, see their problems, and wanted to help them. Like Nelson Mandela said, a good head and a good heart are always a formidable combination. Here, he devoted his life for others and for relentless struggle against the apartheid for people of South Africa. So, it shows his values of compassion. He not only saw the worry, the problems of other people through their issues, but also worked, struggled to remove that social evil. And one more good example we can cite for compassion is Mother Teresa. In spite of living in her home country, she came to India and showed her compassion towards ill patients and tried to treat them. That shows her compassion towards treating those people. By understanding those people, that's something compassion brings in about. What are the significance? It helps in understanding the marginalized and disadvantaged sections of population and also promotes the responsiveness to the needs of citizens, to particularly those in distress. Say, when you have compassion, you eventually will feel pity towards others, like disadvantaged sections of population or marginalized sections of population, and eventually try to help them. And also, when you are compassionate, eventually your um, you will try to address the needs of the citizens soon as possible, particularly during the distress period. So this is what compassion speaks about. Moving on to the next, accountability. See, accountability refers to the public officials answerable to their behavior and responses to the organization from which they derive their authority. Like ministers, president, chief minister, governor, everyone derive their authority from the constitution, parliament. So these things all we, which refers to accountability. See, in public service, it is a legal concept, like as they are fixed by law, and ideally it includes three things: answerability, where it means like one is legally bound to give answer concerning his commissions and omissions. Like if a civil servant does something, he must answer, he must justify his inclusivity or exclusivity or something like that. Enforceability, it means that respective civil servant is liable to be punished according to law if he is found to be guilty of discharging his official duties. Yes, if in case a civil servant fails to perform his duties or gets involved in corruption and sort of like that, he is liable to be punished. And finally, grievance redressal. It means the aggrieved person should have a sufficient institutional mechanism to be heard and resolve his grievances. See, all civil servants do not make mistakes. There are some exceptions too, but unfortunately get into trouble. The proper grievance redressal system must be there to solve their grievances too. Now, what is the necessity of accountability? It helps in preventing the public servants from turning into tyrants as they are answerable to their deeds. When the public servants are answerable to their whatever decisions they make, Eventually, they cannot become the sole authority. They need to answer that. So it will help in preventing the public servants and from turning into tyrants. Or you can even say leaders, I mean boss or something like that. Public servants are required to act in the interest of public as they are answerable to their actions. When a civil servant takes decision based on for the public, they are eventually answer accountable to their actions. They must justify their action by explaining the facts and evidences. Brings in the concept of legitimacy to the public services and keeps check on ill-conceived actions and policies. See, when you are answerable to someone or something, it brings in the concept of legitimacy and also keeps check on ill-conceived actions and policies. Accountability on its part helps civil servants to discharge their duties with honesty, integrity, and efficiency. Hope you guys understood today's lecture. We have finally completed this unit, foundational values of civil services, and from the next lecture we'll be dealing with another different unit. Do watch the video, like, share and subscribe the channel, and do comment your doubts which will be cleared as soon as possible, and do press on the bell button for post notifications. Do keep supporting. Thank you.